Good morning. Welcome to day one of your Recovery Kickstart Toolkit. I'm Felicia, and I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader and supporter over these next few days. I want to orient you a little bit to what this experience is going to be like. Every morning, you're going to get an email from me with a brief video and instructions and a little bit of a skill that you can build or something you can reflect on for that day. Congratulations on being here and taking this really big step. You could be in a lot of different places in your recovery journey. Perhaps you're trying to get sober for the first time, or maybe you've tried many times before. Perhaps you're actually already sober and you're wanting to deepen your recovery and refresh and add some new skills to your toolkit. So, wherever you're at, I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about gathering information and taking stock of how things are right now. You're here because you want to make a change, and I want that for you too. I wonder if you've wanted to make changes before, but you've had trouble with it. I've found that a lot of people have trouble making changes when they don't really know where they're at right now, or they're really wishing that they were somewhere different, which of course you are. Like, you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to make a change, if you weren't wishing that something were different. But in order to make that change, we have to really understand what's happening right now. The metaphor I like to use is it's sort of like you're wanting to take a step forward, but your feet aren't on the ground. And if your feet aren't on the ground, you won't have any traction to move. So today we're trying to figure out, where are you standing right now? What are things like right now? So you might want to make all these really big changes in your life, and I don't want you to wait to do that. If you can make some changes today, that is awesome. Please go ahead and move forward with that. And if making a really big change today feels a bit scary, that's okay too. Today, I just want you to focus on understanding where you're at right now. So that can look like noticing what emotions are arising right before you have the impulse to use. How do you feel before and after and during? If you do end up using today, what is that experience like? Are there moments that you can reflect on in the past where you can get some information about that? I've noticed that when people sometimes describe their using to me, um, they might say something like, oh, well, I was out with some friends and then someone decided to order a drink, and so then I did too. Now, of course, if you're watching this video when we're in quarantine, none of us are going out and getting drinks with our friends, really. So, um, but when we were doing that sort of thing, that's a scenario that could arise. And so someone will kind of describe this really short story of what happened before they used. And then I'll get really curious about, like, well, what was happening right before you decided to get that drink? What were you thinking about? How are you feeling? What were the emotions that you're experiencing? What was happening in your body? And then when you were ordering that drink or saying yes to that drink, what was going on inside of you? And then how did it actually feel as you were drinking? Were you present with yourself? Did you feel a little distracted? Did it feel great? Did you find that you were able to be more comfortable with people? And we can start to learn, how are these substances actually impacting our lives? What are we getting out of using them? What is the purpose that they're serving? If we want to begin to change our relationships with substances, we need to understand what the relationships are that we're having right now. So today, I want to take pressure off you from having to make any giant change. Today, I just want you to pay lots of attention to what's going on. And let's start right there. Again, welcome to day one. I'm so excited for you. Please feel free to be in touch with me, and I will see you tomorrow morning.